Hi, this is Tina at Tina Stitches. Welcome to my channel. I thought I had better get on here and do this, and I just kept procrastinating. Yeah, you know, go get this, go get that, drink of water, maybe decorate that. Yeah, I didn't get to that. Because if I did, this wouldn't be happening now. So I decided I have all my stitching up here. I'm ready to do a video. Let's just do the video. So here we are. Welcome. Welcome back. Thank you for stopping in and coming back, whichever. If you've seen me before, welcome back. And somebody just came into the house, and so we're just going to try to ignore that. Because I know it's my husband. He's allowed in. Okay. Okay, back again. So he was just letting the dog in, so Gidget is on the other side of the door. I left the door open, so hopefully she doesn't make a lot of noise, and she's allowed to come in if she so chooses. So we'll see. If you already heard her, Khaleesi is on the floor behind me, snoring away. Because, yeah, that's what she does. Those are my two dogs, if you're new. So, I will have some news about that at the end, because I'll try to save all my life update stuff for later on. I don't want to, you know, scare you away right away. So I had a finish, and of course, it's over there. Yeah, in my last video, I was telling you all about Mirabilia's. See, I don't have things stacked up in the right order. Mirabilia, Sweet Blue. Now I'm going to pause the video. Alright, Sweet Blue by Mirabilia. Charted by Pegasus. Pegasus publication, Stephanie Seabrook Hedgepath did the conversion adaptation. I don't know if this is available anymore. I think I was going to look that up, but I didn't, because I just don't have time for a lot of things. So, sorry. Take this one off. Here it is. This is stitched on 14 count Oatmeal Ada by Charles Craft. It's not that one, but it would come in a tube like this. I think it was a green label, but anyways, Oatmeal Ada. It's charted for DMC and whatever white beads, or any beads actually, that you choose to use for a few spots. So here it is, finished. And I did use two different colors of beads. Because one was for the bracelet and the other is for the beads. And not everybody's beads, bracelets match their dress exactly. So I tried to make it just a little bit off, but matchy, but not matchy-matchy. So here it is. And down here we have some very tiny flowers. Those are French knots. See how close we can get with that. Look at those. There's also French knots in these flowers, but they're a very pale color, so they don't really show up very well. But yeah, I had to do the back stitching on the chair. cushion, the dress, the grass, the flowers, and to be honest, if I had known that I still had to stitch all those flowers there, I might not have done it, but I just went on and did it. I stuck to my bracelet, my watch. But yeah, so there it is. Finally, fully, well, okay, not fully finished. It's not in a frame. I started this in 1990 something. The late 90s, early 2000s. I worked on this. And then it got put away when it was practically finished. So, if I had finished it when I was working on it, it wouldn't have taken as long because I spent a lot of time going to look for colors. Because I don't work out of a master set of DMC like a lot of people do. I don't have it just sitting right beside me up here. It's beside me at my chair downstairs, and I was stitching this up here. Yeah. So, yeah. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen this already. And here is the back. Because why not, right? There it is. It's very, 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 very pretty. And I don't know what I'm going to do with it now. It could end up rolled up and in the bin of shame for the next 20 years. Who knows? Don't know where to put it now. Okay, we'll just put it right there. Okay, so my whips, my works in progress. I have a lot. Well, I don't have a lot more than usual, but I got a lot done on the ones that I did do. I tried not to take a lot downstairs to put by my chair because then I waffle on what I'm gonna work on, and so I only had one project. No, sorry. I had 3 projects downstairs. 2 are because I should work on them, and 1 is because I want to work on it. So, let's start with the should work on it. Actually, there was another one last week, but this past week, yeah, let's just go with whatever order I pick it up in, and I'll go from there. So, this is Royal Tudor Mandala by Chatelaine. This is where it was when you last saw it, or what it's supposed to look like. And here is the other picture I was going to show you. So, here's where I am now. Let's get this out of the way and try to explain where I was. So I'm working in this area here. And to be honest, it's been 3 weeks since my last video. I don't know if I've touched this in those 3 weeks. If I did, where I was working would have been in this here. This garden bed. Oh, and that there. This is newer than that for sure. This is the newest. All those white stitches, which you can just barely see. Those are the most recent additions to this piece. Yeah, I should be working on this. I would like to have this finished sometime in the near future, but yeah. I pick up other things. I'm going to be honest. I pick up other things and I work on them. And then I get guilty for not working on this. And then there's the pressure. You should pick it up and get some... I put too much pressure on myself. I know I can get it done anytime. That's also the other thing. I do put a lot of pressure and then I take it off again. Don't worry about it. It's not for, you know, somebody's special birthday or anniversary or anything like that. It's just for me. But I started it the same year. Let's have a look. As the reindeer. No, it was a year later. It was the next year. So, you know, if you know, you know. So anyways, the next thing I'm going to show you is my snow day stitching, which is also downstairs because I should be working on it whenever it snows. Do I? Not always. This is where I'm also going to mention Karen had asked on my last video what the beads were that I used to finish Dasher because I had ran out of the Magnificas that were called for. And this is Dasher finished. And the beads in question are the ice beads. And I'm sorry for taking so long to get back to you. Mostly because I don't know exactly which package it was that I used, but I'm pretty sure it was the 11-0 Tohos, number TR11-0021, which look like this. I'm pretty sure those are the ones that I chose to use instead of the Magnificas. Well, because I ran out of Magnificas, and I can't tell the difference, but I know there was a slight difference, but it's not noticeable. Just saying. There you go. Okay, so this next project that I'm going to show you, the pictures over there, I'll just put up a picture in editing. Sleigh by Nora Corbett, and just going to move the threads out of the way. Here's where it was when you last saw it. And here it is now. And as you can see, I moved the Q-snap because I got all of this stitching finished. This is all finished. Up here, the only thing left to do in this area here is the beads. Lots and lots of beads. And I have to finish the gifts. So I'm in the perfect place here to work on the gifts and finish off whatever is left. I think that's finished too. I think it really is just the last of the presents that have to be done. But the problem that I'm encountering at the moment for this and another piece is page breaks on my working copies. Once I, you know, get into a rhythm of it, it will go much quicker. I mean, look at the details on there. So, I do owe this one 3 days because it snowed 3 days. The snow is gone, thankfully. Mostly. There's still a little pile in the yard, but most of it went away because of the rain that followed. Okay, this next project, I'm very happy with this the progress that was made on this project, and I want to keep going. I want to. But I also want to stop because I'm one of those people where if I stop at a good spot, okay, what's a good spot? So everybody has a different opinion. Some people will stop at 100 stitches where their floss ran out, page break, whatever it is. When they're tired of it, you know, there are so many reasons to stop stitching on something. Sorry, I'm just rearranging my threads so that you can see the picture nicely. Yeah, this one, for me, a good stopping point is where I'm still in love with it. I'm still on a groove, and if I was to pick it up again, I can just continue going. Where if I'm frustrated with it and I put it down, I am not very likely to pick it up again. Just saying. So, let's get you the picture. There's going to be a zipper. Sorry. Zipper stuck. And it's a noisy bag, of course. So this is Poppy Girl. My husband got me this kit a couple years ago, and look at those reds. Those reds just really make this picture pop. They do look a little bit darker in the picture. I will admit that. Am I disappointed with it? Not entirely. I mean, still beautiful. Here's where it was when you last saw it. And here's where it's at now. Pretty good, eh? Pretty damn good. Most of this, I think I had some of the red flower here done and just like touching. I don't even know if I had made it to the corner or not, but I was definitely, this is where my working copy problem also existed. Working copy ends here, and here, and here. And so I would get so far down, and then there's like 10, 20 stitches on the next page. That's just because of the way I photocopied it, because it is one of those large fold-out ones. So you just try to get a good scan of each area of the page, and then, you know, arts and crafts it. So yeah, I just haven't arts and crafts it. So I'm picking up a page, marking it on this page, marking it on the next page. What I found was the easiest way for me to find my way is on the bottom page. I just picked one of the symbols that just kept going across, and I would do, you know, the 3 stitches, then leave 2, and then stitch 3, and then leave 1, and then stitch 1, and then whatever it worked out to, so that I had a place marker along the bottom for the stitches. And then I'm going up and filling in across, just bringing it across, because it's a beautiful picture. And honestly, everything from here up is, it's 100% it's 99% stitched because there's still back stitching to do, and there's still her flowers to stitch in. Now, I'm not a gardener or, you know, an avid gardener or whatever, but I think if I was the person that planted that poppy field, I might be a little bit upset with the person spreading dandelion seeds. But it does make for a pretty picture. Just saying. I don't know, maybe they're actually, you know, beneficial to each other. I don't know. Yeah. So, where's my list? What else do we have to share? Oh, I left that one downstairs. I'll have to go get that one after. Or show you next time. We'll see. We'll see how long this video goes because still lots to show you. Which way will I go now? You know what? Let's not show Hatter because I only worked on it today. I can't remember if I showed it last time or not. I can't remember. I can't remember what was in my last video. He may or may not have been in it. So you may be missing some progress, but I'm not really sure. This one, however, well, same situation, but you're going to see one. I know I worked on this one in the last 3 weeks, but you're not going to see a whole lot of difference because this one has just all background right now. This is Inner Depths by Chris Ortega. There's a picture, so you know what it's supposed to look like when it's finished, and where it was when you last saw it. And here's where it's at now. And can you tell where I worked? I worked over here in this end, bringing the background over and filling in up to row 60 or 70, I believe it is, trying to get all this, anything I missed filled in, and then go wherever I can with that thread. And yeah, parking where I can, if I can. And what you see, these bits here, those are all waist knots because I didn't want to flip my project over. So when I got to where my thread was about 3 inches long, 2 inches long, whatever, if it was here and I was, you know, at the end of that section and there's just not enough to go all the way back, I would just bring it over here, pull it out, cut it down to just a little bit, and later on, as I'm stitching, it will get covered. And when I get close to stitching, like doing the actual stitching around this, I will cut this right flush with the fabric. And then sometimes I will maneuver it to the bottom of the fabric. Sometimes it'll just blend right in with the stitching. That's me being lazy, in short. That's me being lazy, right there. 2/1 half cross on 25 count. Antique white Lugana. Yeah, I don't have the stitch count number for you. It's not very high, I'll just say that. Okay. What will I be pulling out of my box next? this is one that I was working on, and I work on it regularly. This is part of a sal that I am in with Kim and Caroline. I'm getting names all messed up today. Kim from Stitch and Stuff and Carolyn Zook from Zook Stitches both started this with me on August 12th, 2022, I want to say. Let's just say, show me your stitching. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think they're doing it anymore, which is fine. I was going to stitch it anyways, so whether or not they join along, it would be fun. But if it's not your thing, I get it. So, Stitching Shelf by Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Here's what it will look like when it's finished. And here's where it was when you last saw it. And here's where it's at now. So I've been filling in, this side, bringing in all the greens down, and basically just filling in from the top, bringing it down, filling in wherever I can, unless I run out of a color for some reason. And I thought I ordered it, but apparently I did not, because I do not have it still. So this is where it's at. Really, there's one color in there that I'm missing, and when I went to Dryden yesterday, nope, they didn't have any. So, gotta work around what's missing there and bring anything else down. And then I decided that instead of continuing to bring the book over and down, I was going to start working on the part down here that is missing in this section to get it to the next shelf, you know, because that little vignette is not finished. So yeah, Stitching Shelf. There is a Facebook group for the Stitch Along. It's not a very active group, but if you want to join, come check us out. You're welcome to. There are questions to answer. Yeah. Okay. One more. And then I will have to go get the other one, or I won't. Just looking at my notes to see if I missed anything else. Okay. So this next project is the one that I worked on the most right after my last video, because it was right after Easter, and this is a Easter appropriate type pattern. So I thought, yep, that's a good time to work on it. This is got the pattern on it. My Big Toe Beautitudes, designer My Big Toe Beautitudes pattern, stitched on 22 count Hardanger, and here's what it will look like when it's finished. They did theirs with a beautiful silk on a 36 count fabric, I believe, and yeah, I was not going to be buying silk at that time for this type of a project. So I'm stitching mine with Threadworks and Gentle Arts, which I ran out of, So I dyed my own from DMC and RIT. So here's where it's at now. So I believe this whole section here is new. And some of this, because I did this morning. And this I had probably already had done. And it's actually going to have to be frogged a couple of stitches because this is the last medallion and it's a little bit short in the corner and does a little bit of a rounded thing. So a little bit of frogging to do there. Adjusting. But I'm going to have to, before I adjust it, I'm going to have to have a look at my top because I think I did something in the top corners, but I think it was on the inside, not the outside. So, but anyways, that would be the bottom. Believe it or not, we hit the bottom, people. Comes across and lines up. I'm not the kind of person that does the border first to see if it lines up. I will stitch all the way everything else on the inside as I go with the border because, and honestly, if this doesn't match up, I really screwed up somewhere. So yeah, Beautitudes, my big toe, Hardanger fabric, 2/1. This is another one where I was really enjoying working on it, so I did not pick up Royal Tudor Mandala. And that's how Royal Tudor gets ignored. Okay, now for the last project, which I decided, okay, go get it. In my bag from Black Needle Society, I have my lunchtime project, which is my ink circles well suited. There is the pattern. I am stitching this on 25 count something even weave that you would normally use for, oh, I have an earth design, full coverage. I had got it in a stash and load with a full coverage kit project all kitted up, but I wasn't going to do that project to change my mind, so I used the fabric for other things, such as this. I'm stitching this 1/1. And it's going to be a much more manageable size. Because if this was the size it was designed to be, if I stitched it the way it was intended to be, I don't know that I would be able to use it anywhere. So I am turning this into a biscornu. And I'm stitching with DMC Black, Weeks Dye Works Turkish Red, and Rainbow Gallery PB01, I believe. No, PB35. And if I didn't show you where it was last time, let's see, let's do a side by side. There we go. One and the other. So a lot of this is new. More than halfway finished. Very happy with that. Let's hope I don't get burnt out with it. Oh, funny story. Funny. Ha ha ha. This bag goes into my tote bag, which I take to work, which also you know, I carry my lunch, my phone, my water bottle, all those things. I was unpacking it and trying to find my headphones so that I could watch Flosstube and stitch on my lunch break, and I just could not find my headphones. I even pulled this out and worked on it with my phone on low on the table, and the next day I decided I must have lost my headphones. Couldn't find them anywhere. Somebody suggested that I look in this bag, and sure enough, there they were. So that's where they live now, is in here, instead of just tossed in the vastness of the tote bag. So, yeah. In case I know I forgot to mention it, Poppy Girl, this beautiful thing, is not stitched on the kit fabric. The kit fabric was 14 count Aida. This is 28 count platinum Swigart Belfast linen. And I really do, this is like butter. This is working out so much better than the Aida. I was really not happy with working with the Aida. I'm not a snob, but I just, sometimes the project, sometimes it calls for Aida and sometimes it don't. So that is, I'm pretty sure now we have reached the end of what I recall I worked on. So there is haul. There's a very, very small bit of haul. It fit in an envelope, and really it's just DMC. And beads for the Shamrock sampler, needles because I needed more needles, and I thought, well, that's all I ordered because I don't need any more patterns to stitch. No, apparently a pattern had jumped into my box and I did not realize it, and as soon as I opened it up, it was like, oh yeah, right. A honey of a town, tiny town, by Heart and Hand. I don't know when I'm going to start it, but I have it now, so there's that. I do have another tiny town started. That's the Halloween one. I don't know when I'm going to finish that, but I'm not working on it right now, so yeah. So that was the haul, that was the finishes, that was the what I worked on. I think I've caught you up on all the cross-stitch related stuff. So here's a little bit about my life, and I'm going to be pretty brief because she's trying to clear out the room again. Need to light a candle. We had a visit with the vet yesterday. Good news. Really good news. Out of my two dogs, they're both about the same age. We were looking at the dates today, and Khaleesi, the one that seems to be blind and lame, is 9 years old in January, and Gidget, our ADHD puppy, we call her, is 8.5. So they're pretty much the same age when you think of it like that. They're both, 9-ish. And so Gidget is the picture of health. And Khaleesi, the older one, is lame and blind. And when we took her to the vet yesterday, we were actually, I'm fine taking care of her. She's not to the point where she's incontinent, she's in pain all the time. Her pain is being managed. She has rheumatoid arthritis. So she's on medication for that. It's being managed. She's stiff. She doesn't run anymore. She can't run because she'll run into stuff and run off of steps and stuff. So even if she wasn't lame, running is not an option for a blind dog. I'm just saying. So, anyways, yeah, the vet moved into a newer building, one door down, beautiful place, large exam room. It was the large exam room because we got the euthanasia room, which sounds horrible, but it was beautiful. It's large enough for people who are bringing in multiple pets can also use that room. So we had 2 dogs. They brought us in there, and they were on the floor, running around, checking things out. How dogs do. Because Khaleesi is blind, she was not running. I say running, but really it's just walking as quickly as she possibly can because she's arthritic. And she'd bump into walls. I think I took a video of that, and I'll insert it here. And anyways, so the vet came in and we talked, and she has, so he had brought up the options of, do you think it's time for euthanasia? And it was like, no, definitely not. No way. She's still happy. She's, pain is being managed and all of that stuff. That's farthest from our mind right now. And so he was like, okay, so did they talk to you about this shot? Which the tech checking her out earlier had said, we will be talking about this. But there's this once a month injection that she can get, which will eliminate her pain a month at a time. Yay! It's just recently been approved in Canada. It's been in the States for about 18 months now. It's been in the UK for a couple of years. So, been tried and tested there and there. So, we are okay to use it. And so we said, well, yeah, we will definitely try it. It's not horribly expensive. Our other dog was diabetic. We were spending more on his insulin than we would be on this shot, so it was definitely a no-brainer. So yeah, so she got her first shot yesterday, and we haven't, it was just yesterday. So she seems to be moving a little bit easier, but is that just in our heads? But he said that we could see differences in as quickly as 3 to 5 days. So, yeah. So, day number 1. She's still sleeping and snoring. She's also gained a pound. She's supposed to be on a diet. But when you can't exercise, that's really hard to lose weight. So hopefully this pain relief injection will allow her to get the exercise that she needs. So here's hoping. I think Gidget is the perfect picture of health. She got blood work and annual injections. Yep. And also because we are experienced with the insulin, giving our other dog the insulin shot every day, they are okay with us taking home this new injection for this other dog, because they know we'll be able to go ahead and manage that. And it's not like it's some illicit substance that is going to get somebody high. So every month or a couple months we will have to run in and get her shot, but bring it home and then manage from there. So anything else, I can't think of it right now. Yeah, brain fog. So plans are, I do have plans. They're very vague plans. Let's see if we can get some more stitches on the Chatelaine. Let's see if we can get some stitching on the Sleigh. If I don't work on the Sleigh, I will think about switching it out to the last reindeer. That I have on the go that actually needs stitching done. This is Comet by Nora Corbett. That's how far it is. That's what it's supposed to look like. So as you can see, I still have all the border to do and all the beading. Border and beads. Border, backstitch, and beads. Which, there's really not a lot. So, that is something I would like to possibly work on. The other thing I would like to possibly work on is Amaranth by Shepherd's Bush. Which is in this bag, which I cannot get into. But when I do, Amaranth is in there and it is almost finished, and I really should just pull it out and finish it. It was my lunchtime project before Well Suited, but the bit that's left to do is pretty intricate and not really suitable for lunch table at work type stitching. So yeah. Stitching shelf will get more work. I also did say in my last video that I might have somebody join me. She was working this weekend. I'm just gonna put that there. She has come how do I put it now? She is willing to come on my channel and talk. She is not a Flosstuber, and so I don't want to put the pressure out there, but you may get to see a fresh face sometime. And yeah, eventually I believe we need to discuss it, but there will be another video probably, hopefully, with myself and Amy and Gail. Because we were saying maybe every 3 months. And so now it's time to start planning for that next video. Soon-ish. Just putting it out there. So I think this video is long enough. I was going to do another video about something else, so I should end this one. And yeah, until next time, take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Take time for yourself, especially if you're stressing out. But thinking of you. And happy stitching.